don't try. You can't change the past now, that's a fact. You just keep moving on, there ain't no turning back, no. The real problem lies behind your eyes. You might fake it for a minute till you finally realize that it's all in your mind, that you can't unwind, 'cause it's all in your mind, that you can't unwind. So take it from me, tune in, it's so funny.
Welcome, and you are on It's So Funny. Yes! All right, so I thought about forever, what am I going to do for my monologue? Emily, it's got to be amazing. And then I thought about the time that I went to Disney World with my family. All right, imagine an 8-year-old was just walking and then continued to walk because it's not like they have escalators for the rides, right? So I get up and I climb on my dad's back, and then that's when I caught the look of the love of my life. At 8 years old, I knew who I'd fallen in love with. I know you already know what I'm talking about. It was Tigger, okay? I loved him. I walked up to him, and I started bouncing as if I was a tiger. I was like, Tigger, Tigger. And then I went up to my parents like, oh no, where's my daughter? I'm running, you know. I'm pretty big now. I was big back then. So imagine a little chubster's just like, Tigger, Tigger. And that's when our romantic relationship started. He still sends me love letters, but I outgrew him. I moved on to Eeyore. Oh, God. As you get older, life gets more depressing. I'm sorry, right? So long story short, my mom, she has a Tigger collection she made for me, but there's only one problem. I couldn't take it with me to school, and so now I just keep it in my heart, like so many of my things. But I got something I got to say, too. Have you ever thought about putting a golf ball into your mouth? Well, put this on for size. Check out this week's rendition of The Boys. You're on It's So Funny. In the heart of Illinois, 2 full-time referees will push their limits.
Foul, improper walking, improper form. No, penalty flag.
And compete in the annual sports challenge competition. Andrew Kramer, Jake Vanderzanden as referee boys.
Oh my God, that's Tiger Woods' ex-wife. We didn't have to do anything to do with your husband's cheating. Singing. Singing.
The training is vigorous.
Over the ramparts. I'm calling trapping in your throat right now. Come on, man.
The steroids are real.
Your father was a worse little leaguer than you are.
The challenge is on. And on. Something, am I right? I will not be seeing that movie when it comes out. But on this episode, we have exciting things coming your way. I'd like to happily welcome our guest, Ashley Shannon, who will be coming very soon. She is from TV 10's What's Happening. And if not, then that means I'm a liar. So stay tuned.
I was going straight on college, and I was in the left-hand lane at a red light. So I started to go. I don't know if the other car had a green arrow beforehand or if the light turned green and they just assumed it was okay to go. But I remember seeing the other driver just kind of looking up as if it was from a phone, right the second before our cars just collided. My airbag went off and my car filled with smoke and dust from it. There's no reason to text and drive. It can wait.
So at TV10, I've done both behind the scenes and in front of the camera, and that has helped me become more aware of what's going on, especially when I want to become a producer later on in my life.
You actually go out in the field and record videos, and you work with the journalists.
I'd be going out and shooting B-roll or interviews.
If it's editing, you can learn that. If it's directing, you can do that. If it's shooting, they have that here too.
Reporting for TV10 News, I'm Maddie Weiris.
My name is Peter Carlson. I'm the Creative Services Director at WCIA TV. We do commercial production, station promotion and marketing, digital production, graphic design, logo design. I actually got started with TV10 my freshman year, so that was 1980. Worked behind the scenes. TV10 really gave me a strong advantage over other candidates. Moving from the TV10 studio into the professional world studio.
So at TV10, I've done both behind the scenes and in front of the camera, and that has helped me become more aware of what's going on, especially when I want to become a producer later on in my life.
You actually go out in the field and record videos, and you work with the journalists.
I'd be going out and shooting B-roll or interviews.
If it's editing, you can learn that. If it's directing, you can do that. If it's shooting, they have that here too.
Reporting for TV10 News, I'm Maddie Weiris.
The average college student has 6 to 8 fast food meals a week. Don't be a statistic. Eat healthy.
I'm Kristen Daring.
And I'm Michael Cronin.
And this is your midweek hump date. Let's get started. A woman was lucky to survive in India when she was forced to fight off a full-grown tiger with a stick. Many are wondering why a full-grown tiger was walking around the streets of India, but the better question is, where did she find a stick? In India?
Weird.
Weird.
Golfer Tony Finau proved golf is indeed one of the most dangerous sports after he dislocated his ankle while celebrating a hole-in-one. Golf later appeared on the U.S. Census Bureau's most dangerous sports list, among which were football, wrestling, and stick tiger fighting.
It's dangerous.
It is.
Gotta be careful.
Gotta find that stick.
Trump railed against illegal immigration last week by stating women are raped at levels nobody has ever seen before. Yeah, by you. Yeah, I don't think I have ever seen a better example of the pot calling the kettle black.
The Invisible Artists of Africa created a new museum that aims to shed light on emerging photographers and painters. Here to discuss some of his work is invisible painter himself, Pierre Monfrère.
Thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for being here,
Well,
Pierre.
it is great to have you on, Pierre. But why do you have a bandana on?
Well, I believe that if I cannot see the viewers, they should not be able to see me.
Okay.
Well,
that's...
Pierre, it's good to kind of see you. You went from peasant boy to incredibly impressive painter very quickly. Now, did you foresee this fame coming to you?
My invisibility does not stop me from seeing, but the bandana does not help.
Yeah, okay. Why don't you just take the bandana off?
Why don't you mind your own business?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend, but Would it maybe make you feel better if we put up some of your work for the viewers to see?
I would be offended if you didn't.
Awesome,
Okay,
let's do
perfect.
it. Put it up.
This one is called Purgatory.
Ooh. Wow.
This
That's
one
good.
is called Limbo.
Wow.
And this one is a sketch from the other day. I call it Blank Space.
It's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And this is my favorite.
Okay.
You could really feel the pain on the paper.
Wow.
Oh, you know.
That is riveting stuff, Pierre.
Here come the
Breathtaking.
tears. They're
The
coming.
inspiration, the sadness. I got to go do art. Au revoir.
Bye. Thanks
Wow.
for coming.
That was amazing, Pierre.
Wow.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
Absolutely. In other news, a man who fell through his ex's ceiling was arrested yet again. When asked for comment, he stated, "I can't help it. I live upstairs."
Makes sense.
It does.
Former Disney child star Caroline Sunshine has recently joined the Trump administration, so it looks like the White House is getting a little less stormy and a little more sunny.
Oh, that's good to hear. Bob Dylan and Kesha recreated love songs to honor LGBTQ couples. Some of the songs include "When a They Loves a Them" and "My Girl, My Girl, My Girl," talking about my girl or guy or whatever you identify as.
Here's a situation. The cast of Jersey Shore reunited last week.
Yeah! T-shirt time!
And honestly, those cabs should have left a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't get these references. I
Yeah,
don't
whatever.
Get.
You're a total grenade anyways.
Don't. Sonic put up a sign in their drive-thru asking customers to stop smoking weed, and shortly after the announcement, they declared bankruptcy.
I know I stopped going.
Many Tinder users are livid after an update accidentally deleted all of their matches.
What? Is this recent?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my God.
Well, here to discuss what might have been is the ghost from Tinder future.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Welcome our guest.
Wow. Gina, is that you?
Yeah, it's nice to see you in person finally.
Yeah, I know. We were really hitting it off, huh?
Yeah, we were, and eventually we went on a date. Yeah.
Ooh.
We went to the Cheesecake Factory, and it was really romantic and sweet.
Wait, Mike, you guys went to Mike could afford the Cheesecake Factory? That doesn't sound. But you continue your story.
Yeah, and then he walked me home, and we kissed, and we've been in love ever since.
Aww.
Yeah, and eventually we had 3 kids together. Yeah, Ken, Michael Jr., and little Henry. He wants to be a musician just like his father.
Oh my God, is this real life? Is this gonna happen to me?
Well, no, it would have been, but Tinder deleted the match and we never talked again. I end up moving to California and you become a physics teacher. You hate your job.
Yikes. That sucks, Mike. Sorry, bud.
God, this can't be happening.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, though. It was nice to finally meet you.
Sure.
Well, thanks for coming on, and thank you for watching Midweek Hump Day. I'm Kristen Daring.
I'm Mike Cronin. This isn't fair.
Good night.
What?
Sorry, bud.
Time out. Before you have sex, make sure your partner always gives you consent first. Otherwise, it's rape. Consent. Pass it on.
Only 54% of college students regularly use a condom during sex, so make sure to stop by the G-Spot today to pick up your free condoms. Safe sex. Pass it on.
1 in 4 students will get an STI in college, so make sure you're scheduling regular appointments with Student Health Services. STIs. Don't pass it on.
I was going straight on college, and I was in the left-hand lane at a red light. So I started to go. I don't know if the other car had a green arrow beforehand or if the light turned green and they just assumed it was okay to go. But I remember seeing the other driver just kind of looking up as if it was from a phone right the second before our cars just collided. My airbag went off and my car filled with smoke and dust from it. There's no reason to text and drive. It can wait.
Time out. Before you have sex, make sure your partner always gives you consent first. Otherwise, it's rape. Consent. Pass it on.
Only 54% of college students regularly use a condom during sex. So make sure to stop by the G-Spot today to pick up your free condoms. Safe sex. Pass it on.
1 in 4 students will get an STI in college, so make sure you're scheduling regular appointments with Student Health Services. STIs. Don't pass it on.
My name is Christian Stoynev, and I'm a professional hand balancer. I was a reporter, and then I became an anchor. I eventually had my own segment. It was called Who's Ballin', Who's Fallin'. TV10 helped me a ton with not just knowing how to speak in front of a camera, but also knowing what it's like to be behind the camera. It definitely helps me not only knowing what the interviewers are asking me, but also just knowing how to understand from both perspectives.
Hi, and welcome to Final Thoughts with Karis. I'm Karis, and this is a segment where I give you opinions you didn't ask for on topics you don't care about. Our main topic of the night is catfishing, because there's nothing I know more about than tricking other people into liking me. Now, of course, everyone knows the hit MTV show Catfish, where Neve Schulman helps people find out if they've been, catfished. I'm not too sure why anyone would need assistance trying to figure that out, because chances are if you think you're being catfished, you're being catfished. But if it wasn't for the show, we wouldn't have gotten this masterpiece. Yeah, this woman was catfishing her cousin in revenge for him calling her a fat-ass Kelly Price. Petty. This woman is basically my hero. Now, you're probably wondering, is this entire segment just going to be me retelling the show Catfish? Well, I wish, but no. The real question is, should we feel bad for people being catfished? To help me answer this question, I bring in catfishing expert Tiffany Morrison. Hi, Tiff. Thanks so much for joining me.
Oh, of course. You know, when I heard you were talking about catfishing, I was like, I'm there. I'm here for it. It's kind of my thing.
Yeah, that's the word on the street. Mm-hmm. Can you give us a little insight on what your life's like?
Of course. It's pretty simple, actually.
Okay.
I type in big boobs, blonde hair, and I get almost every washed up 40-year-old McDonald's manager to send me his hard-earned cash. I create social media profiles. I add some foot pictures on there for those fetish freaks,
Yeah.
And bang, that's when the money starts rolling in.
What do you spend all that money on, Tiff?
I don't really want to talk about it.
All right, well, let's just move on then. So, do you get a lot of negative feedback when people hear that you're a catfishing expert?
Oh, constantly. Yeah. Let me tell you. People usually call me heartless, but, I don't let that slow down my game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't. But, is your game super time consuming?
In the beginning, hell yes. I used to spend hours creating profiles, but lately I've gotten pretty lazy, so now I just kind of throw something together.
Has that affected your overall profit, I may say?
Of course not. Come on, Karis. No one cares how unrealistic a profile is.
Really?
If anything, they prefer it. People love the fantasy crap, and that's what I give them. I'm a people pleaser, what can I say?
Do you have any examples of this?
Yeah, actually, I have one of my latest creations right here.
Yeah, that's a fake profile.
I mean, seriously, these people will believe anything. One time, I made a profile that was a picture of Angelina Jolie, and my name was Jane Doe.
Wow.
Wait. You're Jane Doe? You let me call you mommy. I even sent you my grandma's wedding ring.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. I'm actually wearing it right now. Isn't it just the prettiest darn thing?
Oh my gosh.
What? It's definitely one of the better things I've gotten out of this gig, let me tell you.
Tiffany, I mean, he's here. Do you think you should give the ring back?
No. He was stupid enough to send it in the first place. I'm a stranger on the internet.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you're not getting your wife's wedding ring back anytime soon. Tiff's pretty taken with it. I can't thank you enough for coming on and sharing this with me. I really appreciate your insight. Yeah, I'm gonna let her do her thing. Let's just get into it. These are my final thoughts. I honestly do not think we should feel bad for people being catfished. One time, I was with a good friend of mine, and we both really wanted pizza, but had no money for said pizza. So we turned to the World Wide Web and got on an app called Whisper. And my friend got somebody to send her a $30 gift card to Pizza Hut. Literally, all she did was ask for the gift card, he sent it, and then when he was all like, "Come over, baby," she blocked his ass. That easy. My mom always told me, if something is too good to be true, then it is. So stop saying, "That's so mean to trick people like that." Well, if they're stupid enough to believe that there's a woman named Jane Doe who looks identical to Angelina Jolie and wants to date them, well, then nobody can save you from yourself. And to all the catfishers out there, keep doing you till you've run the sea dry. I'm Karis, and those are my final thoughts.
Brendan, stop.
Who is that?
It's your conscience.
My conscience?
Yes, you need to make healthier decisions.
But I love muffins.
Then you'll love this.
Whoa.
Here's a few healthy tips. Get more sleep. Make a list and plan on your Choose healthier foods.
Wow, my conscience was right. A healthy food puts you in a healthy mood.
My name is Michael Bears. I work for Good Day Chicago. I'm the 4 a.m. producer. My job is basically putting together the 4 a.m. show. I put in the graphics, the video, write everything. When I worked at TV10, I did everything from producing sports to shooting video to editing video. For one semester, the sports anchor for the morning show every day, which was my passion. TV10 helped me to be a better person, I think, more than anything.
Right now, I am happy to have a woman on a mission join me here today in the studio. Please welcome the Ashley Shannon. Okay, Ashley, I am so psyched to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
You are amazing. I just see me right now on screen. So, hi world. You don't know who Ashley is yet. It is a mystery at the moment.
There
There she is.
There we go.
There we go. I'm so glad to have you here with
Thanks
us
for having
in the
me.
studio. I chose those words very carefully. I said, a woman on a mission.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Wow, right? You are someone people look up to in the community. You are someone who just, might I add, just got into law school, was on student, yes! Has her own show on TV 10 titled What's Happened, which will be happening next week.
Yes, y'all better watch.
And she was vice president on Student Government Association. Yes. So you are kind of amazing.
You just listed most of my resume right
yeah,
there.
right?
Somebody
She's
did their
looking
research.
for a job. She's graduating. But wait, she's going to law school, so not
Yeah,
really.
I'm not really
it's
looking
fine.
for a job.
Okay, okay. So my question for you is, how did you know what's your journey been like growing up? And what made you come to this consensus of, I want to do media, now I'm going to law school, and I want to impact lives?
So growing up, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of just finessing my way through the life.
Yeah.
And my mom, we were driving in the car one day, and I had a school project. It was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we're driving in the car, and my mom's like, well, you want to have a job that pays money. And I'm like, that's true. She's like, you know, the people on TV, they get limos to take them to work. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm good at talking to people,
I'll
so
run a
let's go
limo
with
any
that.
day.
Right, so then, you know, I have a pretty good life. I get to college, and
Yeah.
then, you know, I learned that's not true, and my mom.
Yeah, your mom lied to you, and she also lied about bottle service.
Right.
You know, you got to pay for
Yeah.
everything now. It stinks.
Exactly, so then I was
But
like.
I never paid for anything either. I'm not even 21. So.
So then I was like, I do love working with cameras and things like that, but
Yeah.
I was like, my real deep passion is working with inmates and being of service to others rather than just being in front of the camera. So I was like, how can I incorporate the two? So I was basically like, if I go to law school, I can study law, I can talk about the system, understand it, and then I have the credibility to put documentaries to it and talk about systematic oppression and things like that.
Cool. So then, does that reign true to your home life at all? Like, why inmates?
My dad is a pastor, so growing up, he worked in the prison ministry, and so he went to a lot of prisons, met with inmates, whether that be prayed for them, counseled them, helped them get out of their situations and stuff like that. He did a lot of work, and he worked nonprofit organizations all his life. So I kind of wanted to be an activist in a way to follow in his footsteps.
No, it's amazing to see. You're on here for what, a minute so far, and you can just see what a heart of gold you have, where your heart is and where you want to take it. Okay, so now let's get into the dealio. Your love life. So there's got to be men just chasing after you. What's going on here?
Yeah, I pretty much reject everybody that comes my way.
Yeah.
But,
same.
But I recently,
I wish
it's not
I
like
didn't
they're
have
not
to
good
reject.
enough. It's just because I reject them. But recently I did find a guy.
Yeah. But the question is he worthy? Is he worthy?
Yeah, my mom said he's pretty cool, and then she was like asking today, are we gonna date anytime soon? And I was like, I don't know. And she said she dated my dad after one day, so we should start dating.
All right. Oh, God. Nice. But I do have a little tidbit to end on this amazing interview. Thank you so much for being here
Thanks
today.
for having me.
The other day I learned it was physically impossible for pigs to look up into the sky. I don't know what else to say, but maybe Kermit would have something.
Illinois State University has many interesting people and leaders that walk this campus. One student sticks out among the rest.
Ashley. First and foremost, Ashley Shannon is a powerful African-American woman. She stands for change, and a lot of the change that she pushed for, she started off.
Yeah, so Ashley's one of the most fun people I've ever worked with. I had privilege of working with her in the Emerging Leaders program this past year, and the way she worked with the freshmen and the mentors and the coordinators was just beyond belief. She was a great leader and just had a lot of fun with it.
Ashley is definitely a natural-born leader, honestly.
I've had several people come to me already and say, you know, I want to do that. I want to do what Ashley's doing. And I'm like, well, you're probably not Ashley, but I can see that it's appealing, and I can see that she's, again, kind of lighting the path, taking on a challenge, and that people want to do that, and that's an awesome thing.
The way she would just hang out with people, meet people, all the time in Watterson, she's just friendly, open, cared about, you know, the surrounding peers and everything. So like me, multiple others, we knew her very well, and she just happened to, when she come around, she would speak. I never actually knew she was going to be as far as on the TV show, but she was also heavy in the church as well.
So
I've gotten closer with her and actually had a few classes with her. She gives great advice when it comes to the School of Com on things students should and shouldn't do within their majors.
No, had you in the two line. But part of it is you have to understand. We're women of color and like predominantly white. I'll be the one. No, we're women of color. In the email. But no, part of it. People do that. I'll be like, well, you could have just answered. But part of it is the racial dynamic. Like as black women, the way some of the people.
Hey guys, I'm Caitlin and I'm a member of the cast. You know, I never really saw myself on a show like this. I actually tried to join the debate team, but well, someone talked me out of it. Anyway, check us out next time and remember, it's so funny!